something very interesting to me in this end of chapter 28 is Nora saying to Maddie, like I said, she's not my girlfriend. And after he said that, he felt a twinge of guilt. In the beginning, Norris was a very selfish and cold guy. But this quote may make aware us that he was changing to positively. So the many human communication can be changing.
You're saying Norris has changed because of like those communications that he had?
Because he said Artie is not my girlfriend, but after he said that, he felt twinge of guilt, and that means he is not just cold and selfish guy anymore, because he can felt guilt and he can thought about that.
He did become emotional. You all agree with the idea that he became emotional.
At the start, he is crucial, maybe.
It's crucial.
And then in the middle, he started to communicate with other people and started have the emotions stuff.
The question is, Norris split second judgment and Norris split second judgment and unwise behavior in his relationships caused him to hurt many people, including himself. It's been said that we spend a lifetime learning. Sometimes situations come up that you haven't experienced yet. So the question is there a preliminary measures for the inexperienced people? So
So like people who didn't experience a relationship?
No, not just a relationship, just many experiences, but not very much experienced person or people like teenager or
Unnatural people.
immature people. I think that my answer first. think it is necessary to go through a similar experience, even if it is a smaller than the typical case. It is easy to get scared by repeated losses. So I think it's important to have a mindset that doesn't see failure as a failure, but rather as an opportunity to prepare for the next time. Like smaller, think about smaller failure is chance.
Like you said last week, you need to think failure as an experience, right?
Yeah. So
Sorry, I'm not sure yet. Like I got like 50%, but like I'm not sure about what the question meaning is.
is there any way or is there any way to help or
You're saying is there any way to help people who have never gotten a relationship?
or less experience?
Listen. Oh, I
Less
see.
experience.
Oh, I see.
We just try it. Like we have to experience that. So and then we earn experience and we get experience. So so that's the way I can keep. And we should try.
Wait, so your question is like how to help people build up relationships?
Is there any way to help
Yeah.
or any
For me, I think I'm gonna like try to help them, like how to communicate with other people, like how to real life, and then I try to put some situation in the person, cause even though like we teach them, like they need to learn about the experience, as what Jacob said, and I think that's how like people can learn, I guess. So I try to like just put in the situation, or like teach them, something like that. Yeah. What about Sissy? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Not sure. Yeah. I don't know what his question.
So his question is like, for example, I'm not. You get it?
Let me try.
Oh yeah, I was so for example, I'm never in a relationship before, and I
Yeah.
don't know how to communicate with other people. Then what are you gonna do for me? Is there any way you can help me? For me, there's the question. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, but I'm not sure about the question.
This is ironic.
I
No, I know the question, but I don't have an idea of this.
Oh, I understand.
How do we help them?
I think I have like basically the same idea as Grace, but to add more, just if you never fail, you'll never know what's gonna happen if you make an action. So I think it's important to try and just try whatever, and just don't care about success or failure. Just
yeah.
have experience.
Be mature, right?
Have courage.
Yeah, that's good idea. What about Peter?
So my thought is,
Yeah.
like a person as a person, like, they need to try, at least try once, right? So they need to have the courage and to talk to other people.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Question. Changing of his characteristic, that cynical, for the how does change impact people, or how do characters make decisions when changing of his characteristic, that cynical to compassionate was changing his choice. He tried to turn away from the problem and walk away, but his changed personality forced him to confront the situation he had created. So he tried to go back to Canada, and he won that, but he stayed.
Mhm.
Suddenly,
That was Norris's decision.
or yeah, original Norris will just run away
Yeah.
if that Norris had that situation. But his changing characteristic by many people and many communication lead to lead to more challenging person.
Mhm.
And made Norris more positive.
You have to face the issue.
Yeah.
Impossible things, main ideas could be Norris many teenagers and people that get less experienced or hard to make a communication person is really many in the society and this modern society. There's a many way to make a question, to make a communication, like internet or calling, but people many people still more felt hard to make a communication. So I think in here that's the mistake in teenager and many misconceptions. And pass over that. Yeah, overcoming the many. I don't understand.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. It's fine. So it's my turn, and something mine is, Julio and Cherry were both sick to study for the finals. It's like in the page 213. And sick, it seems like a common reason for student, which is a, common thing to escape class or stuff. Have you guys used sick this word, like to escape class? No? Grace, what do you think?
Actually, skip class
Mhm.
with no reason or
Do you skip class or
because I'm sick or
because you are like you sick as a reason to skip class?
Or you're actually sick, or you're just saying you're sick.
Yeah, just saying you're sick.
Oh.
It's a reason, right? Like it's fake.
Fake sickness.
I've never did that. Yeah.
Steve? No? Okay, just good student, you guys.
Yeah.
Good student.
Because my mom never allowed.
If I lie and just if they know I lied about sickness, I'm gonna be dead.
You're gonna be killed.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I'm
see. And my second thing is in chapter 29 to 31, Nori had lost all his trust, like Maddie, Artie, Liam, Felix, Sue, stuff. Like at this point, he probably felt angry, lonely, and depressed, and all the negative emotions come up. Have you guys experienced that? Like you feel like you lost all the trust
Yeah.
During puberty.
during what?
Puberty.
And also in chapter 32, Nora's father, which is Felix, he only exists for 2 calls previously, right? But now he came to Texas, talk and explain the situation Nora's at, and provide solutions, which now I think like he is a responsible father and brings close distance with Norris. And my question is, it's nothing to do with like previous something on mine, but my question is, why did Nori get invited for the dinner from Artie? Like in chapter 23, I think.
Why
What?
Norris get invited?
By Artie to eat the dinner with their parents.
Oh.
Because I think they were curious about Norris. If not whether Norris was a good person, like like Asian person only get worry about their children when they get any relationship. So I think they wanna invite Norris to the dinner to get to know how Norris was, how is it a personality? Yeah.
So what do you think, Grace?
I love Amy idea so much, but what I thought was, I think Artie like tried to use Norris, cause I think Artie already know that Norris like her, and then like the attitude she did during the dinner time, it wasn't very like respectful to Norris, right? And then if she was like interested in Norris, and then like if she wanna like introduce Norris to her parent, she'd be like more like talking about Norris, not about her, right? And I feel like I kind of know what like purpose she has for this time, for like dinner time. So I kind of a little bit disappointed in a way. I guess. Oh, disappointed RT. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. That was my point. What about CC or Steve or Jim?
I think it's like maybe he don't have a brief to tell her parents like, and she want to be a journalist or something. So she want to Norris come with her like.
Yeah, she's not brave. She's just trying to using Norris so that her parent doesn't like. They try to not manage.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right?
true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
Steve? What do you think?
So first of all, I kind of agree with Grace's idea because it can be shown, like we can see that Artie is like kind of using Norris. It can be seen like that because if, like Grace said, if she's interested in Norris, she would have talked about Norris, not her dream, in front of her parents. Because, you know, imagine if some friend invited you to his or her house and just while eating dinner with his or her parent, and that guy just makes the atmosphere like crazy. Boom, and just the parents.
So I agree with Cece's idea. So when a stranger came to a family eating dinner or doing other things, like the tone and the attitude will be so different, like facing the strangers, right? And in this case, Norris is the outsider, and which Artie's parents will give a good first impression, which he will be like so nice to Norris. And also Artie has a dream which is become a photographer, and he just use Norris as a tool that he want to clear out. He want to be she want to clear, like she want to be a photographer. And how does change impact people? So I did this change of Norris. You know, the first day he came to Texas, like he is counting the days of getting home, and he just wanted to go through the process. And but now Norris has changed, and he have a chance to go back to Canada in chapter 32, I think. And after he get to know all of his friends and have fun in Texas, he just want to stay and apologize to his friends. So my theme is if people escape the issue, then it will never get solved. So when Norris have a big issue with their friends, like, you know, they break up and stuff, says bad word, and you know, but only thing he want is try to escape. But he want to go back to Canada and have a new starting. But now Norris decide to face the issue, right? And then he apologized to everyone, and then, you know, get a good end.
I think like I agree with your theme, and I also think like the timing is also important.
Timing.
Yeah.
So in page 328, Eric said Norris is a drama queen, and people experience some dramatic and ridiculous things. Have you guys experienced any ridiculous things before?
Ridiculous.
The funny thing.
No, it's like
Terrible.
It's like embarrassing you.
I
stuff.
feel very bad.
Chris, what do you think?
No, I think I never like
Experience never?
Yeah, never. I mean, are we talking about like racism or like any? I don't know.
Steve, no?
Me? Family conflict.
Family conflict in front of like, other strangers?
No, in my house, but I'm not involved, but I can hear those things.
Yeah, fighting a little bit. So for me, I often like I often fall on the street like there's no house, and then in front of other stranger and they look at me it's like how did this guy feel? It's ridiculous. So the word connection made is like in the movie of the Pursuit of Happiness. Have you guys watched that? The
Happy
Paris-
smile?
No, the Pursuit of Happiness.
No. Isn't it drama? Isn't it a movie?
No, it's so old. It's like an old movie.
The horror?
No, it's like
Romance?
about life.
Oh,
Wait, let me search for it.
yeah. Is it popular?
Pursuit of happiness. Miss Curry might know this.
Image.
It's about
Oh,
like the black guy
I
raising a
watched
child.
that one. That is so good. Yeah, you guys should watch. That is so good. I'll literally crying. Okay, sorry. I'll say emotional.
So basically, it's about like a black guy. He is like he have a child, but there's no mother, and he is working so hard and to raise the child. Like yeah. So basically, the father need a job to survive, pay the rent, and also don't let his kids get left behind. So he is trying to solve this problem. And by his sense of humor and determination, like he gets a good job. And in this novel, even though Felix doesn't have much sense of humor, but due to his responsibility, he had helped Norris to solve his big mess and help him get into a normal life.
Good point.
Okay. So first, something on my mind is at page 318 to page 321. Norris gets in a conflict with his mom about how he was drunk and was taken by police, and he was in the police office for a few months. And I think most of the people have experience of having a conflict with their parent or family members. So
Strongly agree.
Yeah.
Two.
everybody agrees.
I always fighting with my brothers. Like my MBTI and my brother's MBTI is really different, totally different.
Oh.
Like I'm ISFJ and he's like ENTP. Really? Yeah.
My brother and my MBTI is the same.
Oh.
We fight a lot physically. And the point was, so people could easily relate to Norris's situation about like, getting in a conflict with his mom. And next thing is at the very end of chapter 35, page 353, Norris decides to stay in Austin, Texas. And I thought this was an interesting idea because instead of just restarting in Canada, he chose to stay in Texas and solve like those problems that he made. And he chose to stay even though crazy things happened at the prom and his relationship is like broken. Yeah. So I'll just ask one question. So do you guys think it is a good thing that Norris was with his dad? Like at the airport?
The question is helpful to Norris that Norris became his dad. He was helpful to Norris. That was the question.
Can you stand again?
And was that helpful to Norris?
So I think it's a good thing because his dad had helped to give a solution to Norris and has solved the big mess. Like he apologized to everyone. And contrary to this, if he doesn't show up, then he is not a really responsible father, and the mess will just like be more big.
I agree with you because they didn't have a chance to have a long conversation in a while because they live in a different country. And they finally had a long, honest conversation at the airport, and Norris got an kind of like advice from his father. So I think that kind of motivated Norris to stay in Texas and just solve the issues that he made.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. because of course they doesn't have any long like communication with each other. They didn't like really like talk about their relationship like very deeply. But to Nurse, I think just about Nurse that come to see him. I think that's really big sport to Nurse, I guess. Yeah.
I think Felix only exists 3 calls. Like the first call is like in the start of the
Yeah.
book, and the second call is like when he get drunk, and then the third call, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
actually call. Okay. So questioning I chose how does change impact people? And my response is I think change can impact people in a positive way because in the book Norris talks with his dad at the airport and there is a change to him because his father was always not with him, as I said before. And after hearing his father's honest words, like we all mess things up, it's what you do with the mess that matters. And like I said before, that I think that motivated Norris to like apologize to everyone,
Mhm.
basically solve the problem. Okay, possible themes. Okay. A theme that I thought was that you can at least make the situation better even if you mess many things up like Norris. And like Norris decides to stay in Texas, not going back to Canada and just restarting. He goes to Maddie and Artie to apologize and they became like just friends again, right?
Mhm.
And so in our lives, if we mess some things up,
Mhm.
just don't be too afraid of facing that issue
Mhm.
and just courageously like face it and just fight it maybe and solve it.
I think this book is really reality, I guess, because every book, if the main character applies to other people, they're like, of course I accept you and like develop a more good relationship. But
Happy
in
ending.
yeah, always happy ending. But in this book, the ending was just like became just friend with Maddie and the nurse, which is really like reality in this book, I guess.
The ending was really realistic.
Yeah.
Because like it was not good ending but nor
No.
bad ending, so
It's like
yeah, it's the reality version of ending.
What do you think, Jacob, about Steve theme? Do you agree or disagree about his theme? His theme was like,
If you
yeah.
even if you mess things up, you can make it better.
Face the issue and try to solve the experience.
Sometimes, of course, don't make a problem is important, true, but sometimes it's important to face to issues if make that. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But do not make the problem is the best. Just
Just
don't make the
one-
don't make the
don't
just
make-
issue.
But don't make the issue the best situation.
Okay.
Okay. One way that I connected to this text was so I don't know if I understood the question right.
Oh, asking is curious. Like it's not connected to the scene. It's like other quotes.
I kind of did the personal response on this. I'll just skip this part. And one world text connection I made is that a person can change into a totally different person by going through different circumstances. Because at the start of the book, Norris is really aggressive and he just literally puts his phone out and just swears to the person that who made Texas. However, at the end of the book, I can see that he became much more calm by looking at him apologize to Maddie and Artie, and not just like being aggressive easily. So, like, he tries to stay calm, I think. So, do you guys agree?
Mm-hmm. Stay calm is the best. It makes you clear, you know.
Staying calm can help you with not making any issues.
Yeah, like just don't make the issue.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. And
And
bye, Mr.
Thank you for listening. Bye.